Austin, Texas, blowing up inside a FedEx facility overnight.
The FedEx Center is in Schertz, Texas, about an hour outside of Austin, where they've seen 4 explosions in the city of Austin in the past month.
And that number's growing now. Todd Pyro is live on the ground in Austin. Hey, Todd.
Hey, Brian, just within the last half an hour, we have more confirmed updates from our Fox affiliate near where that FedEx facility is, including the package was sent from and addressed to an Austin address. All right, let's get right to the facts that we know at this time. Specifically, that package blew up when moving from an upper conveyor belt to a lower conveyor belt just after midnight. Reportedly contained shrapnel and nails. And like we've been reporting all morning long, that seems to be the latest addition to this bomber's demented MO. A woman who works at that FedEx facility was not hit by the shrapnel, but got a headache from the blast. She is expected to be okay. The FBI, ATF, and San Antonio bomb squad are all on scene. Police asking people in that area to stay indoors while they investigate. Of course, stay with Fox as we stay on top of this fluid situation that now spans multiple parts of Texas, here in Austin and there in Schertz. Keep in mind that we came here to Austin to cover the Austin bombings. We're going to have a lot more on the specific tripwire bombing that happened here on Sunday in our next half hour. But it's such a fluid situation. Things seem to be changing by the minute, guys.
It does indeed. All right, Todd, reporting live from Austin. Thank you very much. Joining us here on the couch, we got Buck Sexton, a former CIA analyst, also with the Intel Division of the New York City Police Department. Buck, the randomness of these targets is stunning.
Makes it a lot harder to get some kind of profile of the suspect here because you can't put together right now who has been attacked with these bombs. The moment you're talking about a tripwire device triggered by any individual walking by, then you know that it is intended to be random. And yes, we have an address, it seems, from this FedEx package, but I'm sure it's some kind of a faulty address. It was an address that was put in there to throw people off. They're going to be pulling apart all of the residue, everything left over from these bombs, looking for DNA, looking for different components that could be traceable. That's a painstaking process, but at this stage, there's very little else for law enforcement to go on here to get a sense of who this suspect might be, what the profile of the suspect should be.
Well, a couple of things it could be. If you want to just remove the fingerprints and go through the forensics, they have one way. Is there another track that looks at what Austin means, what South by Southwest means, capital of Texas? Could they be trying to send a message in the city they picked?
I'm sure some of the psychological profilers in the FBI and other federal agencies are going to be looking at how could this be terrorism, or what would it fit into in terms of an extremist context. But based on the target set right now, you can make some very general theories about how it's anti-government activity, it's domestic terrorism, but we really don't know. There's also just the possibility that this is somebody who is psychopathic, enjoys maiming and killing innocent people. We just don't have anything to go on. There's no manifesto. There's no social media profile to work with, which is, I think, why law enforcement is looking at this and saying, hey, we need help. We got a $100,000 reward out there for anybody who can give us information. That's because right now it's a race against the clock and they don't have a lot to go on.
What's happening right now behind the scenes? Are they contacting FedEx saying, did you get video? Who does this label? Who does it track to? What's going on behind the scenes?
FedEx, hopefully, Ainsley, will be the break here because it's likely that this individual had to go to one of their facilities somewhere. There will be surveillance footage, most likely, of whoever dropped off the package there. Although we'll have to see. Was it a situation where they're able to get it into a Dropbox? I mean, FedEx will have to work backwards.
Maybe there were cameras around the Dropbox.
Maybe there are cameras on the Dropbox. I mean, they're going to be looking at anything that was done here at any stage of this process and just trying to get some basic profile of the suspect. But this one seems to be, I would wager, the most likely for there to be a break in the case.
If
it's almost like he's cocky. It's almost like he's cocky, saying, I dare you to find me.
If the cops yesterday said, hey, bomber, talk to us, what does that mean in the case?
I think that law enforcement believes that this is an individual who wants to be heard and is engaging in this horrific activity at some level because there's a message. And so by law enforcement giving that moment of attention and saying, come forward, tell us what it is that you want here, maybe then you'd get at least the beginnings of some kind of a dialogue. I'm sure it would be through an anonymous social media account of some kind or something, an email account somewhere. But they just want to have something more to work with here because every day that passes, as we know, could be another day when one of these random bombs goes off.
No kidding.
Very
All right.
scary.
Buck, thank you
Thanks,
very much
Buck.
for
Good to see you all. Thank you for having me.
Buck, right behind you is Jillian. She has some more headlines for our audience. Hey,
That's
Jillian.
right. Good morning. Good morning, Buck. Good morning to you at home. Let's start with this. The affluenza teenager who sparked nationwide outrage claiming he was too rich to know right from wrong could be released from jail in 2 weeks. Ethan Couch has been serving a nearly 2-year sentence in Texas after violating probation by escaping to Mexico with his mother. Couch was drunk when he crashed into a car back in 2013, killing 4 people. But a judge ruled he was too rich and spoiled to know better, so only gave him probation. Who better to lecture about income inequality than a group of millionaires? Senator Bernie Sanders hosting Senator Elizabeth Warren and filmmaker Michael Moore at a town hall to get their take on the 1%.
Is on the rise. So crazy, the rich right now, the greed, the level of greed.
You create these circles of poverty that just wipe out opportunity for anyone.
Despite talking income inequality, the three are worth more than $55 million combined. This group of teens never end their school day without paying respect to Old Glory. The Kentucky high schoolers have been properly lowering and folding the American flag ever since one of them noticed it wasn't being done correctly.
I saw the flag being lowered and the janitor just kind of put the flag under his arm. I kind of couldn't stand for that.
It's really about respect, I think.
The kids all come from military families. Let's look at your headlines. I'll send it to you.
When I was growing up, we actually had a flag crew that would go out and do that every day and take it down. Those were the days.
Yep.
All right, Jillian, thank you very much.
Thanks, Jillian.
Where's Janice Dean? That's what I like to find out. And
I'm
is she
right
still
here.
holding to this nor'easter story?
Listen, the National Weather Service just upped our snowfall totals here in the New York City area. Maybe 10 to 15 inches of snow.
What?
I'll believe it when I
Wrong
see it. We're right on that line again of snow and rain. Come over here, my friend. What's your name?
Chris Davis.
And where are you from?
San Antonio, Texas.
And where's your wife?
In the bed sleeping right now.
Have you ever experienced a nor'easter before?
No, ma'am, I have not.
Are you excited for this one?
Yes, I am.
All right, we're going to bring it. Maybe you can come out with me and forecast tomorrow. What about that?
I'll do that.
Let's take a look at the maps real quick. I wish I was in San Antonio, Texas, because what's happening right now is some of this energy from the southeast, where we actually have tornadoes across Alabama, is going to combine with energy across the Atlantic and bring us our 4th nor'easter in less than a month. D.C., I'm talking to you, my friends. You could get one of the biggest snowstorms that you have seen in years if some of the forecast totals prevail. And so this is going to be a big deal tomorrow afternoon. That's when it's really going to crank up. Boston, I don't think you're going to get jackpot snowfall totals, but again, National Weather Service now is going higher totals in and around the New York City area. We will keep you up to date. Say hi to your sleeping wife.
Hey, babe, I love you.
Okay.
She's sleeping. She didn't hear that.
Hopefully she's taping.
All right. Thank you very much, Janice.
Thanks, Janice.
All right, one California community voting to become the no sanctuary city, and it's just happened overnight. Breaking away from the state's laws. Finally, someone sane there. A former city council member here to react, Orange County style.
And it's a race for the ages. The runner in blue is breaking all kinds of records at 100 years old. How does he do it? The champion, who's also a vet, is going to tell us his secret coming up.
Wow.